morning. Welcome to Banter with Richie B Live.
Somewhere beyond the beaten path, beyond the whispers in the woods and the stories around the fire, lurks one of the greatest mysteries of our time, Bigfoot. For decades, legends have echoed through the forests, footprints left behind, sightings that defy logic, and questions that demand answers. But this isn't just folklore. This is a call to investigate, to explore, and to uncover the truth. Banter with Richie B isn't just another show. It's a community, a movement, a hub for genuine research, real conversations, and boots-on-the-ground discovery. Every episode dives deep into evidence, expert interviews, field investigations, and the drive to seek what others say is impossible. If you believe in asking questions, if you're ready to get your boots dirty, and if you think the unknown deserves more than just a passing glance, then follow Banter with Richie B. Stay informed, stay sharp, and maybe, just maybe, be the one who finds the truth hiding in the trees.
I love you, baby Jack. I want you guys to keep climbing. I love you, Mama. Wojo's gonna get us out of here because that's what he does.
That's right. Nice meeting you all. Thank you for being on air. And yes, we are all of the phone. Let's go.
Good morning. Welcome to Banter with Richie B Live.
Near these huts,
Yep.
there is something going on here.
Behind us after. The trees were fucking moving everywhere. Yeah, bro. Goosebumps.
Maddox, you were with me. We looked this way. It was not like this.
Welcome to Banter with Richie B. Yo, what's up, everybody? Oh, yeah, that's right. He's back. Yeah, we've seen it for a while. Oh, I'm live. Look at that. Say hi, Wojo.
Hey, Wojo.
Yo, watch this. This is our guest next week. Enjoy it.
It started with a sighting. May 8th, 2012, a moment shared by It started with a sighting. May 8th, 2012, a moment shared by father and son. Today, that passion lives through Stacy Brown Jr., host of the Bigfoot Underground. And he's coming to Banter with Richie B. December the 13th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bigfoot, Evidence, Legacy. Don't miss it.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. What is family? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Banter with Richie B Live podcast. I'm a bit fired up. The Meds have won. Anything is possible tonight. This is a show tonight. This is a show. All right. You see my last video I had right there that I screwed up on pushing buttons and stuff? I'm laughing, especially you, D-Hoot. Next Saturday night, Stacy Brown's going to be here. I want you guys to do a little bit of homework, right? I never did have time to organize my studio. Remember it was messy last night? Yeah, none of that's here. Here we go. Let's fix it up. Hold on. Hitting those emojis. Let's go. Let's make some noise. Here, let them know we're climbing. We're on Doc Round TV. Wojo's in the back, he's saying that because read his lips. Fear lives. We are on media, and we are on this, man. You got to check us out over there. All kinds of stuff, things you might have missed. I don't know. Go check them out. Roku TV and the map is kick-ass. So and get it on your phone and enjoy all kinds of paranormal shows, music, and things like that. And yes, we still have a radio. We'll come into that. I do have a guest and go over our evidence with us, but of course, having technical problems. I don't know if it's Restream though. You know what I mean? He was just here. I was looking at him and have a few issues. So we'll see how it goes. Whatever. This is a show. We are going to review, Wojo and I, the information that Andy and I had, the land that on my property and abuts my property, that I really didn't think much would be going on because, you know, the granola people might have pushed them out. Boy, was I wrong. Great research, Rich. Legendary. What'd she say? Why is YouTube glitching? Oh. Wait for it. I'll just get Wojo in here while we're glitching. Hey, Wojo said we were glitching.
What happened?
I don't know. Where'd you go? You froze. Stuff. There it is.
Unbelievable. Restream. Hey ho! Boom! Hello. Let's go.
We shouldn't be glitching anymore. Well, I had a cable out. I had a cable out, and I always got to remember around he's trying to figure things out, and it's right there. So he's probably in the gym because he can reach dudes at a podcast studio because I haven't done my walls yet. So he's probably in there playing with the little clips, and I looked down and my wires on the floor because everybody said I was glitching as if I was out in the woods again.
Yeah, you're definitely glitching. I was like, oh no.
Really, huh? That's weird. But even still, it shouldn't. Yeah, we're good now. I'm directly. Everybody come back. A great intro, too, man. Did the videos glitch? All the videos glitched? Did they?
No, it's just a little, like a slight little glitch, but everything's good.
Yeah, not in the videos, just when honestly. I came in. It's probably, yeah, they can't keep up with my loudness. No. So I just looked down and the wire, the Cat 6. I'm like, what the hell is that doing on the floor? It's supposed to be directly plugged in. But now we're good. We're in 85,000K. We're good. We're good, Woj.
What's strange is that my camera was off. That's that was weird. Yeah, but hey, we're here. Hello, everybody.
And Paul Frazier still doesn't have one. Isn't that crazy? Let's see.
Yeah,
let me see. Galaxy. Let's try that. I'm trying to change his camera for him. User facing.
Yeah.
All right, user facing. Yeah. Headset. He's got a headset on. He has. Here we go. Let's change his name to Shadow Man. Hang on, don't tell him. All right. Don't anybody tell him. I'm going to change the guest name. We should. I can't. I got a glare on my keyboard. That sucks. Slash. You know what I mean? Whatever. So, anyways, as we play FF with technology, aka Shadow Man. There we go. How's that? Is that better? Shadow Man. He's having like zero fun, and he's like, all right, stop playing with me, bro. See if you can work that out, because I'm sure everybody wants to know who you are, but we can still have audio too, because I think that the black screen, I should probably stuff going on. But we're going to say hi to our guests, and we'll have you back on that. How's that?
Okay.
Bye, Shadow Man. All right, Shallow Man, step to the side. Losing my audience as we speak. Let's go. Let's go say hi to everybody. You want to say hi to everybody? Oh, look who won the race today. Huh? Mary Newbert won the race.
Yay.
Ernest Davio's here. He is eating. Don't say anything. Oh, who came in third? Bigfoot Banter with Richie B came in third. I heard that guy's. Let's see. Ernest, I'll be listening while I eat my dinner, so don't make me spit out my teeth. All right. There's a good possibility that might have just happened. We'll hear about it later, right? D-Hoot and Kurt. We're going to get going because we got a lot of evidence to go over. Kurt? Gene Tewksbury's here. Everybody keep hitting those emojis, man. Let's light up Manhattan. God knows that needs some. John is here. Hello, John. How are you?
Hey, John.
Sorry, Richie. I got 3 ads right out of the gate. All right. Well, go do what you got to do, man. Appreciate it. Sorry. I'm making it somewhere in life. My bad. I'll go back to sucking and less than mediocrity. Let's see. Gene Tewksbury. Hi, Gene Tewksbury.
Hey, Gene.
There's fake Damien. Huh? Everybody get over there and follow that Whispers of the Ouija. That is our boy Damien.
What's up, Damo?
Andy's here. I don't even know if Andy's working or not. Oh, look at Paul.
Andy.
Andy's here?
Hey.
Andy's here? Andy, we're going to talk about the investigation invited to be on the show. How do you feel about that? I just assumed he was working, actually. He might have actually told me he was. I don't even know. Martin's here.
Taking a nap.
My man Martin. Yep. All right. She's laughing. D who's going glitching here, laugh very choppy. Yeah, brought you buffer and all that good stuff. I remember that. Do you guys remember when that happened? The little no good here. She says no good here. Elder says no good.
No good.
No good.
Italiano. No good.
Italiano stinky. Hey, Tiffany Peacock. How are you, my dear? Good to see you. Thank you for coming back. We appreciate it. Wojo's on his best behavior. Smith, Tanse. What now?
Tanse.
Oh, Richie, Rachel loved your birthday video. Oh, cool. All right, good. I was waiting to hear about that. I thought it was. Oh, there you are, Rachel. Oh, I'm so glad you loved that video. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Loved doing it. It was a lot of fun. I showed her around the studio a little bit, and I showed her the evidence case, and I sent her a video for her birthday. So that's pretty cool. That's fun. I love doing that stuff, especially for Rachel. She's awesome. Everybody check out Rachel's Adventures. Sparky's here. Hello, Sparky.
Hey, Sparky.
Rachel's Adventure. What's with the peanut butter jars? Are you obsessed with it? Wojo. You gotta help me out here, man. I things in the studio probably require an explanation. The blow up doll and the peanut butter jars are 2 of them.
What's up with the jelly? What's up with the jelly and the fluff jar? Hey.
I got some honey in here. Those are things that we put on the gifting chair for our friends in the woods. Rachel, that's a great question. I didn't even think of that. That just caught me totally off guard. Good job. He's off tonight. Andy's off tonight. Well, maybe we'll have Andy. Andy, maybe we'll have you come in a little bit and join us. All right.
I appreciate that.
No problem, buddy. I love you.
I know. I love you too sometimes.
Awesome. She goes, I couldn't rapid fire hearts when you started. I waited for the ads to finish. Well, we're climbing. Come on, we're climbing. There's Ron.
Hey, Ron.
I heard he's going to be, Well, anyways. Hi, Cheryl. Cheryl's here. We should have songs for everybody. Yeah. Shouldn't we?
Robin Smith, Tanse.
Yeah, I said that already.
Yeah, and
that peanut butter stuff got me, man.
And of course, cornbread.
Yep, cornbread's here. Cornbread, everything's straightened out. You'll be able to get into your Google Drive. Did you do your December 6th Advent?
No. Let's go.
Mine just fell out. I guess. Oh. I think mine just fell out. My Advent. These things are so cheesy, dude.
Advent time.
Sam, I can see you. Yeah, Sam. To my channel, of course I can see you. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to connect you to my channel. So I got these cheesy little Advents. They looked way cooler in the pictures. I thought they were like, 3D figurines like Army Men, but they were Bigfoots. So I was excited. Apparently, in case you missed it, they're all like thin, like a shod piece of glass, clear. And I got Bigfoot carrying a Christmas hat on. And you can't see him because he's so small. But I'd walk up to the camera, but, all right, maybe I will. Sam, we said hello to you, what, 3 times, I think, Wojo?
I guess.
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Hang on. What? What cord?
Oh, wait till Richie finds out what I got here.
He says I'm glitch. They say I'm glitching again.
No. Maybe a little bit. No, you sound fine.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Damn kids. Nice.
That's how close I got to get up to it so people can see it. I don't know what's going on with the internet.
So, Rich, you can hear me, right?
It says, check your cord. It was glitching again. Okay, you're clear. What is going on? Am I out in the woods? I feel like I'm out in the woods. Here's a better Advent.
All right, well.
This is a better Advent right here. You see that? I don't even know where I got that one. I wish you could stand up. Let me stand up on the bones. There you go.
Well, Rich, this is mine, and this is what it thinks so far of you glitching.
What are you doing? What? Is that the middle finger one? You got the middle finger one?
I'm like, what? It's got the middle finger. Yeah, Rich, this is what I think of you're glitching.
Yeah. To like the 10th, and I'm going to end up ordering another box of Advents because these suck. I'm going to hang them on my tree. You're not even going to know where they are. They're just going to get thrown out with the tree. We've all seen this before. Come on. All right, cool. So, Mama Bear Claw Elder, I want to thank you. I am using right now. I have clavicle arthritis right here, and it was very scary because I thought it was a big lump in my throat, and of course I do bad things, So, I power wash, and my arms are open. So I got clavicle arthritis, and I just used some of your amazing cream. Some of it's green, you can't see, and I put it on there, and it's already gone. Feels so much better. It's been bothering me all day, and I just remembered where it was, and I went and got it, and here I am. All right, so here, check out. Oh, look at the green on Jackson fills it in. There it goes. It's almost same. So please go over to Eldar and get your clavicle arthritis cream today. $49.99. Back to you, Bob. All right, let's bring in. I'm gonna do this too. Hang on a minute. I'm sure Paul don't mind anyways. Let's see. Hang on. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Don't you love 3D? Yes, I do. I do love 3D, guys. Just so you know. All right. Yeah, dope. I'm such a dope with this thing tonight. You know what happened was, so Google Drives got all like fixed up. Remember, and now it's this all new, high tech, kind of coolly organized, and you can get in and out of there really nice, and it's just awesome, right? So, now it's like I feel like I'm learning it all over again when I'm not. But my brain is telling me something different. All right. Let's have Andrew 645. Andrew 645. Andrew 5. Let's get our guest in here, guys. He is from Ohio. Did I say that? Yeah, I said that right. And I know, dude. I'm everywhere right now. I got to get it together. I got to pull it together. This show's going to shit. You know what I mean?
Who's-a.
Yeah. Ohio Bigfoot Research. He's a good friend of ours. He was on a live with us when we were out at the Cobble Mountain Critter Fest, and we did that amazing with Ernie Davio on his unbelievable experience that he had with the forest people there as well. They're good friends, and Paul he did on YouTube Live, so everybody got to see it live. And I don't know why I'm cutting it. I don't know what else to do. Why cutting in and out? What is happening?
No, just once in a very, very blue moon, Rich. You're good.
I don't understand what's happening though. Me off. If I pay $100 for fucking internet, right next to the thing, why? Why does that happen? See, Wojo can feel the steam building, and he's trying to avoid the volcano when I start jumping around my studio like an idiot screaming. And it's very frustrating. I'm sorry, but I pay for high speed internet. It's the number one thing they got, because I told him I'm a podcaster and I need to stream, so my fans and guests and friends and family love it. And here I am glitching. It just drives you freaking nuts. And I just paid the bill. That's what pisses you off. It's not at the end of the bill. I just paid the bill. You know what I mean? Anyways, anywho, this is our friend right here. Get over to, I want you guys to go over to his YouTube channel and check him out. Solo, I think mostly solo research. Now, we're not going to get into everything that Paul does, because guest for Paul tonight. Paul's going to be the guest in January. Another little thing that my mind wants to do. I want to have people kind of, and then come back and we can sit down with them. So build a little curiosity about them. But in the meantime, go to his YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button. As you can see, it's at 125. So do our thing, get over there, get them some numbers, and get them happy, right? So that's what I say, right, Woj?
Yeah, Paul's a great dude, very knowledgeable, and I recommend, please subscribe to Paul's channel.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's really good and really super dude.
He goes,
dude, excuse me.
Dude, he's out there like with his dog doing stuff, man. His little dog.
The dog. Yep.
I know. Wow. Remember when we had Darren's dog with us that time and it was like, nope.
Yeah, I think it's the energy sucked it. Oh my God. She's usually full of
vigor,
energy, and
yeah.
I mean, Lucy was always full of energy, but I was surprised that she tapped out early.
Yep, 100%. Well, there you go. Sam's taking over Sparky's role, I guess. I don't know. There it is. There's the link right there. Everybody get over there, like, subscribe, hit that notify button so you know when he's going. He clearly probably has a better picture than I in the woods. Although my place came in crystal clear, like it was like 5K, man. And that thing was like perfect. And then print that we have 2 Scaniverse prints in here tonight, and they don't stop any. You can just play them. Remember before I play to get it to move? It doesn't do that no more.
Mm-hmm.
Now, hopefully, I mean, we don't know what's going to go on the internet, I guess. But we got 2 prints for you guys to look at that we got from that investigation live right here on the show. First, on video for you to check out. We can talk about them, break down a little bit, talk with Paul about it. We're going to find, but we're not going to get deep into all this stuff. He'll have plenty of video. Oh, Chet's here. What's up, Chet? Hey, Mark Barron.
Hey, Chet. Hey, Mark.
Yeah, good to see you guys, man. Thanks for coming in to the show. Mr. Paul Frazier, a good friend of ours. A good friend. What the hell? He's got his head.
I thought he was in a suit.
Yeah, he got his head.
I'm ready to do.
He's got his head like.
I'm ready to do some banter.
Banter.
Yeah, I've been practicing.
He went for.
I practice in my car. saying Banta.
Yeah, that was one thing we did going up the mountain. Is a lot of Massachusetts talk. Park the car in the Harvard yard.
They were teaching me.
Yeah. Yep. Paul's like, man, you guys do talk funny.
And Ernie talks normal. That's what I don't understand.
Mm.
Well, Ernie's been at it, right? But I mean, I never lost my accent. I did that thing. I told Richie he must live stream and suggest to go 4G instead of 5 due to traffic. Yeah, I know. I tried that. I think I'm on that right now. I don't even know. I don't even know, dude. But I do follow your advice. I don't always know where to look for your advice. Like, you know, when people say things to me about technical shit, I'm like, what? You want me to do what? For the most part, I'm pretty good with it, right? So you research with your doggy. What's your doggy's name?
Wally.
Wally?
Wally,
all right.
Yeah.
So Wally, how many years you been researching?
I really kind of started in 2022, so not that long.
All right, good. All right, leave it there because I got more coming from you, buddy. Plenty more coming from you because back in January, like we discussed, we make a date right here, freaking show, bro. Because we're gonna have a sit down. I want to see some of your live footage and things like that. I want everybody to check that out because I was watching you in the woods and stuff, and you were trying some things, and that's what I like. You try some things. That's the way it is, right? Italian, Bostonian, a little different from the a lot different. So 5G is a pain in the ass, but yeah. So we wanted you here because we know that you have an extensive background and the time that you've been doing it, man. You're pretty thorough the way you go about it, and you camp and things like that. So you're like right in it. So Wojo and I, we were talking a couple months ago. We were like, you know what? We should get some researchers to come on and just kind of, right, and share at the same time because researchers should be sharing information. So we feel that we should share with other researchers. So when we have them come to our show, that's our share time. Plus, everybody gets to kind of sit here and kind of enjoy it, you know? What's this? Oh, Fake Damien says, big solar storm nearly collapsed Earth's plasmasphere and huge sunspot points towards Earth at moment could be the cause with satellites. Holy shit. When was this? Was that when you were in?
Yeah, that might be why you're glitchy.
Yeah. Is that when you were in that little cottage on the water? That place was beautiful. And then all of a sudden he sends a video and the place looks like the Titanic or something. I'm like, what is going on over there? I thought we were going to lose Fake Damien. I thought Fake Damien was lost. It seems like there's a little delay too, right? It'd be good. We don't have too many problems anymore with our stuff. So, Paul, you pick. Do you want to see the Scaniverse videos first, or do you want to see like pictures? Like Andy sent me like 47 pictures of like the structures and things like that. And now this is not our general research area, so to speak, right? It started for me behind my house, which is really kind of cool because we hadn't been there in a long time. And like I've emphasized a few times, we felt that the granola people would have pushed them out because they had to make a path because they can't get the LL Bean boots dirty. You know what I mean? So I don't know why you need a path. Just go walk in the woods, man. Just cut the shit. You know, if there's something there in your way, then go around it. It's meant to be there. All right? Bunch of jerks. And everybody's heard me bitch about it plenty of times. They cut off like 20, 30 feet of my property and made a path right through my property. And we're like, what are you doing, bro? You know what I mean? So anyways, that was a quick thing that we didn't have to go legal on. We changed it around. Well, I think it was Andy. Andy saw that the other day, the change of the path, you know? So that was cool. I might have Andy come in too, because he was on that investigation with me. Wojo was watching at work when he wasn't supposed to be or something. Rick, are you here? No. All right. Rick is not here. We're good. Oh, he's still here. He says, Sunday, I'm doing a haunted location back home Tuesday. Good. All right. Well, thank you for that. Any questions come up, guys, let me know. We're going to watch this in its entirety. Do you want the videos first or pictures, Paul?
Well, I'd like to see the Scaniverse because I got that app, but I haven't tried it yet. I want to I got it because the winter and the snow, be able to scan something in the snow.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I'd like to see it.
And don't let anybody tell you anything. The reflection of the scan does not affect anything with the snow. It all comes out the same, just so you know. All right. Well, you heard it right there, everybody. Paul's running the show tonight. He wants the damn videos, and too bad if you don't like it. That's basically what he said, ain't it? No?
Did you get that from Alex Petticoff?
Yeah, originally he's the one who told me about Scaniverse when I first started. Almost, when I first came out of the Bigfoot closet and I met people.
That's where I
that,
first heard it. Yeah. The movie
Yep.
star.
Yep, the movie star. Yep. Good with that. Hi, Michelle. We've moved on to bigger and better things, sir. So here's the first one. When I approached this one at first, I wasn't really sure because it was clean cut. And when I looked at it and I went over and stood next to it and I noticed my foot wasn't sinking. That was what I did because it's the easiest test, right? Then when I got down and kind of started looking at it, I noticed something very significant if you're looking at the toe to the top right. That changed my mind about the whole thing, and I pulled out my Scaniverse. So here we go. All right, let me put it on loop. Otherwise, it'll stop on us. All right, get it around, right? We'll stop right here, right? So that's the print I'm walking up on now. Notice this Scaniverse, I believe it was 2 1/4 or so deep. I'm not even leaving a mark.
Wow.
When I was jumping up and down on one foot and then leaving the area and looking down, and I showed this on the live, and it was still almost flat. Like hardly anything. So that's when I was like, wait, there's some heavy weight behind it. Now watch when you spin, right? Channel. Are you starting to see it yet? Can you see it? Watch. Here it comes. It's coming up on you. Down bottom, down bottom, down bottom, down bottom. Boom.
Talking about the mid-tarsal break?
Well, there's definitely the mid-tarsal, but look at the bottom of it. Just went by you. It went by your head. Move it in action. Watch that green peat moss. Watch the green. Right there. You see it? Anybody?
I see toes, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, Paul. Thanks for showing up tonight. Appreciate you being here, buddy. Somebody check in with Paul. Put a mirror under the nose. Paul, he's just like, yep, sure did. Where'd you get that accent anyways?
Hey, can you do a 3D scan of that? Do you know?
A 3D scan of the 3D scan?
Well, I mean, print it is what I meant. 3D printer scan. Can you print it?
Oh, I don't know. Chet Nichols, he's in here. Chet, what's up, Alpha Joe?
3D print it is what I meant to say.
Yeah, a 3D print. Can you 3D print that? That'd be cool, man. Like upload it into the.
Can you invert it to where you're seeing what sunk in instead of? Yeah. Can you invert it like that or not?
Look. See how deep it is. You mean?
Yeah, well, I guess so. You could see that it looks like an actual foot. I just wondered if it will let you invert it to where you're seeing all the sunk in part.
Yeah. Watch. Ready? Right there. You start to see it. Right there. See it? See how deep it goes?
Mm-hmm.
Look at it, and then you can see. Then
you
can see.
That's pretty deep.
Yep, that's pretty deep.
Yeah, we're gonna let heel to the toes. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'm going to go out and practice on mine with a boot print just to get familiar with it.
Yeah, I recommend all of it. But anyways, in the top right where that green is, to me, like you said, that to me looked like a toe drag. And then you can see the landing spot of the two toes. See where the puddle is?
Mm-hmm.
That little area where the bottom of that toe drag, you can actually see the round of the toes. Anybody see that? Is anybody watching? Can the audience see what's up? Chat says you can. Chet says you can. You basically would just upload this link into the computer that goes to the 3D printer, and that's what you'll get. A freaking brilliant idea, Paul. Look how deep it is. And then you can see the break too. Watch, right? Oh no, idiot, Rich.
Yeah, I see the scrape you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that scrape. You see the break? It's coming up. It was right. Watch as it spins. Now look at those toes from here. Look at the toe drag from here. You can see it's all disturbed, right? But look at the bottom right there, where it lands in the puddle on the leaves. You can see the round of a. There's two toes right there, distinctly.
Yeah.
Scaniverse, you can convert it to a file that could be made into a G file for the printing in 3D. See? I knew who to ask.
Okay.
There it is right there, bottom of the screen, left side. Look at those toes, man. That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
That is physically on my property, located right near the skunk cabbage patch where I always told everybody that they went and took the skunk cabbage, left the roots alive to where it would re-year so they could come back and just repick it. What was Paul's first sighting? Our stuff tonight. He's just reviewing our stuff. You got to come back in January for that, Robin.
I'm not allowed to
This
say.
is why we do these things. No, shut up, Paul. You know I have an answer for this, right? Yeah, see, we just go like that. Who's Paul? What? See that? I got power.
Shadow Man. I'm also known as Shadow Man.
Yeah, so I should take that off. I'm sorry. I thought it was really cool, right? We got another one pretty cool. Yeah, that toe scrape, right, Chet? Someone, hello, Ernie's here. Say hi to Paul, Ernie.
Hey, Ernie. Don't spit your food out. Or your teeth.
That thing's. There you go. It almost looks like there's something right directly above it. Leather round piece. The leaf is. If you come to the right of the furthest green, it looks like there's a little roundness right there.
So what's the length of that?
I measured it around. I had to work with. You know what I mean? I still think there's some kind of disappearing. Look at the measure. I got a screenshot on Scaniverse for it. I can actually pop it into there. Oh, do I have it? No, that's in the other. I can measure. Right. See how it goes really would be in the top because weight blows out the top. The foot lands, all the weight hits, and it moves, and it pulls the top up like that. But you have the kind of more, narrower, He said, Ernie says, hi, Paul. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Ernie. Or hear you.
Right. Or something. Or read your text. Yeah. So I think that's awesome right there, man. And is that another toe right there? It looks like the scan kind of blurred it a little bit. Right here on the little triangle is down at the bottom right. You see that? What's that? Right there.
Could be the big toe dragging up.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's
the big toe. Right?
Yeah. I believe it is. I believe that whole section is now that you mention it like that. Yeah. That's definitely becoming one of my. I got some good ones, but this one's really starting to grow on me a little bit here. I love that.
Yeah, that's a great weight transfer. How when they step down, I mean, just they press on those toes very forward, and then start picking up their legs and that nice drag. Especially it's deceiving, but that big toe. I mean, I could see that big toe really widened out right there.
Good pick.
It's a nice pick.
Yeah. More so, I mean, it's that, and you're trying to pick out these features, right? And I pulled some leaves straight up off of it over time that fell on it. You know what I mean? And I kept trying to get something else. Oh, wait, there's something else. Wait, mid torso. Wait, you know what I mean? Just things like that you kind of add up in your head. Is it worth scanning? And I think they're all worth scanning. And then you just delete them, right? Just you got to take a minute or two.
It's so much better than just a regular picture.
Oh, it's amazing. To answer your question, Damien, I feel that they go heel to toe. I feel that's why I call it a toe splash. That's just my saying. So I think they come down heel to toe. They go like this, and then the weight comes on to the toes, and that's why you get that extra toe spread. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, he was. I think he was standing at the cabbage, the skunk cabbage. There were some stems still there, but I've dealt with this skunk cabbage patch. It's a couple hundred feet from the end of my property, really, so it's pretty well into my yard, and I've dealt with that cabbage over time. I kept going back and taking pictures and documenting that it was disappearing early, coming back in the middle, disappearing again, and then coming to the season fall. So they knew what they were doing. They were grooming, they were picking it the right. They weren't just ripping it out of the ground. They were doing something smart with it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think so too, Ernie. Yeah, Ernie says you could put it in a 3D printer. Yeah, Ernie, welcome to the show. Yep, we were talking to Chet about that, buddy.
Yeah, I agree, Chet. The more you look, I mean, it's so defined because, again, compost is like you got a lot of leaves, a lot of pine needles, and I mean, I'm the big guy out of everybody. I mean, I'm like a solid 280, and I couldn't even put a dent into that. No way. I mean, that looks like a good inch and a half, almost 2 inches.
Yeah,
the toe area especially. I mean,
yeah, and compost acts like
again, it's that weight transfer.
Yeah, but it acts like Kevlar because you got all these little pine needles crisscrossing. You know what I mean? It really holds it up more. You know what I mean? So to have that type of weight put on it, yeah. I agree with what Spocky said. How a slow walk goes, But yeah, no, we have another scan we're gonna go over, and like I said, this one in its first image, it almost looks too clear, too clarified, right? The edges and things like that. So when I started looking at it more through the scan, and I think what Chet made too, when he says the longer you detail the scan, and I think I said that on my live that day, that this one was around 2 minutes of scanning. You don't want to stop. You want to go slow, and then I like to turn it sideways and go around and then back up again. And then I do that all the way over to the heel, and then I go slowly in. And then I come up again, and then I go backside, and then you go around the outside of the print. If you don't go around the outside of the print, you will not get that depth, because the scan can go through some ground.
Right. Exactly, Sparky. Yeah, when you usually make that step in the compost, it does sponge back up, but here it just it's flattened. Whatever is in the middle of the mid-torso break, Rich, I don't know if that's another leaf or a rock, but I mean, that's pretty flattened. You'll see it coming around.
Right here? Yeah, I see it right there.
Yeah, I can see it right there.
Yep. Oh, yeah, you can tell that's pushed. Yeah, look at that. You can almost see the gray line around it. The black line around it.
Oh, Ernie, don't start. Don't you start.
Wojo. A solid 280. What's the rest? Oh my God, that is amazing. And over here, we're having a moderator. He's learning how to be a moderator on Sam's Pretty Paranormal. Get over and like and subscribe, Sam's Pretty Paranormal. She will be having her own podcast on this network on Friday night, Sam's Pretty Paranormal Podcast, which you don't want to miss, because that's going to be a lot of fun. Lots of fun.
Rich, if you can remember, obviously like that print, but did you notice any other disturbances, another possible print nearby?
No. Meaning, so what? Nope. So what happened? Yeah, I know what you're getting at. Like he just said it as well. So when you come up where it's in the is basically the skunk cabbage patch. So it's all water, right? So your next step at say 55 inches is the only one we had at 73, I think it was the 18.5-inch print. So that was big boy at 73. I mean, you're talking almost a whole 2x4. You know what I mean? So, 11 inches shorter than a 2x4. So this guy here, his next step, my point is, would have been in the water and then onto dry, solid compost. So by this time, I estimate this print to be old. I'm sure that was all just weighed down. You know what I mean? I did not get a trackway or even scuff marks around the area. So let's see.
Well, because my point to you is the direction of the toe drag. So what I'm saying is, as the foot's coming up, it seems like it right there. You can see it kind of goes towards the right hand side. I wonder if he's lifting up his foot, going to the right like this, and then straighten back out to another, going straight of the trackway. I'm just trying to guess of the way this walk is. You see what I'm saying? The print itself is like this, but the toe at the end, kind of like as it's dragging up, it's kind of like tilting towards, more like
it's pivoting off a little bit, which could be why maybe that's not toe drag, but toe lift. That it flicked the peat moss up beneath the peat moss, right? Because it sunk a little. So maybe he's going like that off to his left with that step, right? Like just slightly, not dramatic, but slightly.
No, slightly, yeah.
What do you think, Paul?
It is odd the way the toe scrapes are like to the side. It's kind of weird. But he must have shifted his weight, shifted his foot at that point. I don't know.
Yeah. I did do that, Ron. I unplugged and replugged. I don't know. Am I cutting out audio wise? Is that what you're saying, Ron? Is anybody else having problems hearing me?
I can hear you now. Maybe you're a little
that's
bit
something
away
I've never heard in my. I don't think I've ever said that in my life. Is anybody having problems? Fucking bitch. What's up? MS just came in. I think Tim Vogel's in here. Tim Vogel, what do you think of this scan right here, buddy? Sparky's over there working. I'm saying audio wise. I'm cutting in and out. I don't know. It's very clear down the side of the foot. Yeah, I like it a lot. So we have another print we're going to get to. And some of the things that were brought up here, you can actually see. Angie says yes, off and on. I don't. Is my microphone messed with? Some of the things with this print that we just plunging and the coming back, that's one thing I noticed in the other print, and the other one was more splayed. So to explain the next print coming, this is in the same investigation. Andy, I sent you a link too, Andy, by the way. Might be a bad cord. Yeah. It's just starting tonight because I don't think I've ever had that problem. Let me see. I'll make sure that's in right. Okay. That goes from there to the computer. Yep, we're good. Let me spin it a little bit. Get a little crusties off it. I don't know. Try. It was on. Looks real. It has great depth and yeah. I was talking earlier. I went up and down. I was down and I couldn't even leave a mark. And I'm going to bring somebody in that was actually on this investigation with us, with me. The only other person, Paul. I don't know if you know Andy, but you're about to meet him. Andy, say hi to Andy. Hi to everybody.
Hello.
It's about all.
I turn the volume off. The other
Andy,
one.
Yeah, turn the volume off. Yeah, one of you on the kids may have been. Yeah, no, he was messing around with things. You were on this investigation, Frazier, by the way?
No, I don't. Hi, Paul.
Hi.
Okay, well, Paul Frazier's cousin. Andy, too. Do you know Paul Frazier? It says I'm breaking up.
Yeah, I know Paul. No, I don't remember. Hi, Andy.
Was Andy at the Cabo Mountain?
Yeah.
No,
should have been. No,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, not the first day.
No, you came the next day. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
The rainy day.
So, Andy, tell him you walked up to this print while I check my wires for my microphone.
Oh, we're walking down a wide pathway, and then there was like a big puddle, and this was right at the beginning of the puddle. and there was no tracks either before it or after it. It was kind of coming sideways across the path, heading towards the saplings, towards the houses.
Mm.
That's the only one we saw. And that's water in the bottom of the track there.
So, Andy, when you Richie was talking about the cabbage, the skunk cabbage.
Yeah, that's just before this, right? In
Just
in that
before it.
in that same area. Yeah.
Did you guys like find it? Was it like plucked up or anything?
Yeah,
Cabbage?
there was some little ones still growing up through the leaves, but there was, you could see where it was all plucked and, regrowing. I was actually surprised it was growing right now, the way the weather is.
I think Richie would say that they start growing like right about now. And there were times like during the winter you could have that like off smell, like if you're drinking alcohol and you sweat it out through the pores, it gives off this nasty smell.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can smell that
Yeah, you could.
cabbage.
There was a whiff of it here and there.
Yep.
Yeah.
No Tim Vogel. I did not cast it. I didn't. We went out. I think I had the cast in the car, but I was more worried about the water. Yeah, I was more worried about the water. I learned to make sure I bring a roll of paper towels as well, because I would have liked to have just soaked up some of the water before I cast it. There was only one track. We believe it was. I feel it was, a couple weeks old, to be honest with you. And anything else, he steps in water and then up on drier compost, which is hard like a rock, really. So only thing you would see in is like, a scuffle, like a drag mark. What were you gonna say?
I've heard that you can add some salt to your plaster when it's got water like that, and it helps it dry out quicker.
Good to know, man. We in the ice, and we learned. Who told us that? Well, did we look it up, or did the Vogels tell? Was it Eric? I don't remember, but we kept sprinkling snow. We kept sprinkling snow in it in order to keep the temperature right, so it didn't heat up the track and take away from take away from all the little details. We got a lot of details out of that track. That track was awesome. But yeah, you know what I mean. I think for a learning lesson, something like this, if I have to learn, I'm just afraid if I put the cast down, I'm not going to get everything under it because the water's going to kind of blow it out. You know what I mean? So. Mm-hmm. It's just going to mix and not. So I was a little nervous about that. Let's see. Spocky says, I think the mud and the toe drag to the top right of the print would indicate that he pulled his foot up. Yep, that's kind of what we're saying on that. One of us said, yeah, that is a good tip. That's something I'd like to check out. So let's I'm going to let this spin 1 second. I'm going to pull up the other one. I just, Andy saw how blown away I was, because I didn't plan on anything really being here. That with the traffic that's there, you know what I mean? It's not like when I had my first encounters. It's just not a different place. And to see how active they were, I felt a little bit like they're just irritated with it. They were irritated with. Did you get that feel at all? Andy?
Yeah, because from the last time I was there, it wasn't like that. It's like total chaos in there now.
Yeah, it is, and I feel bad. It pisses me off even more. You've dealt with this conglomerate called the Wildlands Trust. People. Yeah, them too. The Wildlands Trust, and they hire. They don't hire anybody. They have volunteers come in. They keep all the money. You know what I mean? They act like they're maintaining something. There's nothing to maintain. Nothing. The only in this path at all is because somebody's pissed off knocking trees over on it, and that, other than that, it would be perfectly fine. And I even said when they first built it, I said to Wojo, my friends are not going to like this. They're going to destroy this place. And we went back like a week later, and there was a sign up said closed for construction. It was funny as shit. And then we got in there. Yeah, because I'm in a butter. I have different rules. I can do what I want, and I don't really give a shit. And I walk around the thing, and all through the place was just, the path was just covered. Plus they take wooden signs and put nails through them into trees. Not supposed to do that. They have certain supposed to follow as a supposed trust because they get grants from the state and so on. So it's federal, state, town to maintain this place with their volunteers. What are you maintaining? Where's that money? You're not paying a volunteer. It's a volunteer. You know what I mean? So then there's trees, good trees that were cut down that we took pictures of and emailed them to the town, to the conservation committee, and then to the trust. We made sure everybody else saw them first. And then they were told they had 24 hours to put our shit back on, every freaking leaf back on our property and block the path off. 24 hours or they were going to get hit with a lawsuit. And they were there like within, I think it was 12. But I'm all for preservation. I'm all for conservation, all that stuff. But if you're not doing it correctly, you should be held to a very, very high standard when there's, right? Because I could look it up right now and see what their grant was. And if it's 1.5 million, I would lose my shit. I almost haven't done it because of that. You know what I mean? Sasquatch would move on due to construction. It depends on how heavy the construction is. Something like this, it's still kind of earthy, crunchy in there. There's places to go. And to be honest with you, inside the path, all the way around, inside that area is where the chaos really is. Right. It's like, oh my God, they're just so pissed off. You know what I mean? And we're going to get to a couple of structures that'll blow your mind too that we found. That area was a mess. D-Hoot knows this. I don't know how one could get through that at night. Well, I don't like to go on the path, so I'm not a path guy. Are you a path guy, Paul? Or are you a go through the woods type of guy?
Both. I usually take a path until I find like a deer trail or something, then I go off on that.
Slither on that. Yeah, see, I'm a meathead. I go right through thorns and laurels and swamp and everything else. And yeah, I'm a meathead. I always get stuck. Wojo's around the other side going, I'm like, I'm taking this path. Not that he doesn't like going off trail. It's just that I'm a little, it's not bright. All right. I'm not saying I'm smart. I'm saying the opposite.
That's where you find stuff though, is when you go off trail.
I love it, dude. It's like a treasure hunt, right? It's researching Bigfoot, but you're hunting for treasure. I think Richie unplugged his mic and went to another mic. Does not sound like it on his good mic. What now? What's wrong with my mic now? Am I breaking up anymore?
Still,
you must.
It kind of cuts out.
Good. I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I just deal with it. You know how the show works. I try. I'm 54 years old. I've learned technology. You know what I mean? Social media. I'm getting there. You know what I mean? In 5 years, it'll be different. Everybody just be patient. Just be patient. Ernie says, yes, he must have picked his foot up. Like you said, and turned. Yeah, because it looks like I agree with that. I think that's what it was. All right, well, we're all in agreement. That's why we do this, right? That's why we do this. We want to talk and have this conversation. I think the Mud and Toad, we already saw that one. All right, cool. All right, good. Let's get on to the next one. He says, yeah, you still are. Now someone says I'm okay. All right, well, whatever. I think you're good now. Everybody's hearing different things. I know. Check your shit. How's that? Check your shit. Get off of mine. Jesus, what's going on? Jump on the Bears' back night? What the hell?
Must be.
Jeez, they're just trying to get ready. Wojo so bad. Watch on Tuesday night, the 16th p.m. Yeah. Home of the Boom podcast. You go, Woj.
Richie,
you're
glitching.
Shut up. Shut up. We always practice. Well, the lights in the woods are different. And you got to admit, this live came in crystal. It was pretty awesome. As soon as I yell, I watch my numbers go like 25 to 20 every time I raise my voice. I love it. Go away if you can't hear. Let's go here. Let's do this. Here we go. Now this one here, we walking on a granola path. and like this and turned, and there was a stump kind of anchored at top of like a little hill. Now, again, at first, I just noticed the black spot, right? You know how that works in compost. You look down, right? Rich, hey, what's up, Arthur Mills? Arthur Mills says, I'm just scaring my microphone. So everybody relax. Now you glitch. Maybe that's actually just my DNA. Maybe that's what's happening. It's not technology. So I saw the spot and we got closer, and then I started noticing things. So here, I'll let it play through once and we'll discuss. How's that? Fair? I see it. I see it every time this thing spins. I go, oh, there it is. Look how deep that is, dude. Look at that. Right there, as you go around, you can start seeing things. Look at it right here. Look how deep that is, dude. Look at that. Look at the right side right there. Look at the right in front of you, right there. That dark cavernous hole right there, you see it? The darkest spot on this.
Mm-hmm.
That's the toe. Yeah. So I believe the toe, it was on a bit of a hill with moisture. That sponge effect, I think that Sparky also agreed with earlier and talked about. And it away. So he was at an angle like this. So when he did this, that's when things happen. See my hand, the movement of my hand. So it was flat. So it's going up a hill flat, and then it does that little this. As I believe he was going up over the stump. Again, all scuffled leaves, nothing deep. This is a soft spot near a stump, which if you want to find things in compost, that is a great place to find them because the earth is trying to come up to the tree. Therefore, it's not as dense as if it's on the ground. Something I've learned walking through the woods. So now watch this. Ready? This is the pot right here. Watch the left side. Right. It'll come up and around. Now there you can see a big.
Mm-hmm.
You can see a big. This one's deep. Watch. I'm gonna let it come around again because first pictures were so. Oh, here we go. You can see them here. Look on the right side right there. Right side corner. You see those? See the little black kind of holes? They look like lanes, is what they look like. And there they look like 3, but when you get to another position, it looks like 2. Watch, that's looking like 2. It almost looks like the toes splayed out, and I felt like I should have cleaned out that middle some more and see if there was more toes in there. What just happened? Oh, I didn't loop it! Too worried about the damn microphone. I got 2 turntables and a microphone. You know you want to. Oh.
Have you ever looked at those natives that live in the Amazon? How their toes are splayed out like that? They're because they've never worn shoes. They're always barefoot. Have you ever seen that?
No, I may have. I don't know off the top of my 2 toes that kick out or 3.
Well, it's like what you see right there. The big toe is like kind of normal, but the other toes are like on an angle the opposite direction.
Yeah,
kind of like that.
Yeah.
No. This was a bigger print. This print was 14 by 7 that we get in the other research area. The other research area is like 2.5 miles. It's not that far at all. As a matter of fact, this is where we started our quest, Wojo and I. And then we went off of like different structures and things like that and started, tracks when we found them. And then we just jumped, and then we'd go to the map, and then we'd connect the dots. And then we ended up where we've been for about 2 years straight. So we believe this is all the same ones in this area. To me, again, not migrational. They live here. Got to step away. God bless. Take care, y'all. John, thank you so much for always stopping in and supporting us. We appreciate you, brother. Good night, my man. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Take care.
And then as you come around, you see that middle leaf that almost looks like an arrow pointing, the yellowish looking one, the big toe area.
Yeah.
I don't know if I picked that up, if there'd be anything more there because of the pine needles that are underneath it, and I probably should at least tried, but I didn't really do a lot on this this one. But right there, you can see the shape of the. Look at the heel. Go down to the heel. Right? You see where the pine needles get straight again. Look at that. Look at that heel, dude. I gotta hang on. I'm gonna. This one was 14x7, but that heel's like driving me nuts. Hang on. Just hold the thought.
Paul, looking at this picture while Richie is gonna do what he's gonna do. You just look at the top, like towards the big toe area. It just seems like when it lands, it's got a little bit of a tilt, and then when it hits the mud, the toes kind of extend. You see it, but it looks like a little shift towards the top, where the big and the second toe kind of kicks out towards the top. What do you think?
All right.
You mean like they straighten out after the step?
It's like as it goes in.
Is that what you're saying?
It seems like as he touches the ground, it just seems like it's like the weight shifted just a little bit, like down towards the big toe, and it kind of like extends its footing. Maybe because it was like off at an angle there. I think Richie said it was like a little stumpy area or whatever. Could be like a root. I don't know, but it just seems like
there's a stump. Yeah. There's a stump. There's a stump right at the top of this pit.
Right. So I just think that how it landed could be something like, underneath that made him kind of shift just a little bit with a big toe because it's pretty dark.
Maybe the heel pushed off of that stump as it was stepping.
Mm. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was going uphill, and again, the path is like right there next to it, and I think that it probably over that stump, and this is some of the reason why you're seeing what you're seeing. That it had to really kind of dig in to get go over. You were there. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh boy.
Hold on. Ben, this is for you, brother. Thank you for being on here. Boom! I gave you that boom for you, baby. Welcome.
That's right. That's our boy over in the UK. Hey, love you, bro. Late. There you go. Think of Ella every time. No doubt. Everybody check out Ella's Army and prayers for Ella. Go over there and please donate for pediatric cancer awareness. Always, every day, 365. Always check that out, okay? Let's see if we right. Thank you for that, Sam. It doesn't. No, it does. It doesn't. When that seems, it seems when they're in this area, Wojo might, concur with that. It seems like they're a little more chill, a little more lax, right?
Oh yeah.
We don't get me wrong. We had to run by us through the woods. That story we shared last night, but when they're in here, they just seem like they're not worried because you know why they're not worried? Because they have areas where they could just vanish, go to the river. Rivers in your area, Paul?
Yeah, especially around Dayton. There's like 3 rivers come in right around Dayton.
Oh, okay. So when you go out and research, are you within reach of them, or do you see them?
Well, where I go, I'm about an hour north of Dayton, and where I go it's a creek, but it's actually more like a river. It's pretty big for a creek. In fact, there's a dam just down from me. That's where I go, is where the dam is. And then north of that, they made a state park out of it, made a fishing lake out of it. So it's a pretty big creek, and it runs right along my property. My property goes right up against it.
That's beautiful. That's awesome. Good night, Ernie. Ernie said he was, I don't know what he going to bed. 1:09, way past your bedtime, bro. That's Kentucky, like slowing that man down. Look at the depth on this thing, right? Look at the depth. I'm waiting for my phone to charge. I'm going to pull up the Scaniverse I can on the inside.
I'm sure
Scaniverse has him measuring.
You're probably familiar with Dr. Fehrenbach on, have you heard of him?
How do you say his name?
Fehrenbach.
Fahrenbach?
It's FAHRBNBOCK, I believe is how you spell it. He's on the BFRO.
I,
He did I'm thinking it was a couple hundred cast footprints that he examined, and he's PhD, so he has this big fancy way of calculating it. He multiplies the length times 0.46, I think is what it was. And it basically what it comes down to is for Sasquatch feet, all the ones he checked, it should be half of the length. The width should be half of the length. Pretty close. Which is what you said,
okay.
14 by 7.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't. A lot of things with the 4 letters that you mentioned, I don't really get into, but that is an interesting theory, and I think I've heard it before, to be honest with you. And we do run into a 12 by 6, 14 by 7. We had the little one. What was I saying? I think the 8 by 3 that we had. Well, that was that Hale? That was Hale, though, right? Yeah, that might have been 8 by 4. You know what? That's crazy. I never quite even put that in the equation.
Well,
Even
a lot of people think that the juvenile feet are not like that, though. They're more human looking as when they're juveniles.
yeah, that's crazy. Man, is that a wild stat? Big stat. And look at this thing. Look at the depth of this thing. So this is Oh, I'm sorry. So yeah, so it's 14. It says a little bit over 14, but obviously with the compost and stuff, I could be off. So we call it 14. Whatever you get close to, because you're gonna have like pine needles and leaves and things there and misshapen,
Right.
depending on the surface. That right
How
there.
old it is.
Yeah, so whatever's close, right? What? Dirty cat? I don't know, dude. I'll let you know. To go through it. But look down there. You can see the round of that toe kind of digging in. Dude, I wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Just
wild.
wonder
Man.
if there's like a root or something sticking in there where
In between where it separated his toes. Is that what you're thinking?
Yes. Yep.
I thought I already had it on loop for like an hour. Why did it stop looping? Oh my god, Restream's a pain in the ass. So that's wild, man. That is in one investigation. It says the hail's about 6 inches wide, dude. The hail's like, and I had a measuring tape. Oh, there it is. Hang on, I gotta look on the floor where my 2-year-old put it. So if you go to your heel, right? I'm at 11.5 foot, almost flat. I almost didn't get into the army because my arches suck, right? It's kind of limited to this. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Damien. So if I come up to the side, say, right? So my heel is probably about 3 inches, right? By what I'm looking at, without boots. So my boots are probably 3.25 because they squish you in there, right? So it looks like it's about 3.5, 3 3/4. That thing's like, even with a mistake, it's almost 6. That's crazy. Think of that, dude. Right? Think of that. Have you guys measured your heels lately?
Nope.
I'm 3.75. I know that.
This fucking panel needs a fucking couple of apple pie moonshine sips or something. Let's go here.
I guess so.
Yeah. Whatever you do. How do you do that? I got to learn how I can be Andy 3. You know what I mean? But yeah, so imagine a heel with a 6-inch wide. All right, listen. Everybody's got to be measuring their heels for next week, okay? Good Lord. Start with Paul right away. Yeah, it looks like a stocking print. Slow, light heel.
Mine's
The
that one.
toe, then push off. Yeah. Oh, that line? Oh, okay, good. How'd you measure it? I agree with that as well. Hey Ron, hey Ron. Hello to anyone. Well, those Scaniverses are amazing, and we're gonna get on to some pictures that Andy took these pictures of these amazing structures. I'm gonna go in to my new folder that I'm very happy to have. But is I wish I could like make it bigger so I can like hand pick these pictures or run them in concurrent without having to go out and come back. But I can't go. That's technical. I want to look and see. You know which one I want to go to, right, Andy?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I sent
I
you.
know.
A
I got
bunch.
two. Nobody can answer me. All right, I'll tell you what
I
we'll
sent a
do.
bunch, so I don't know. Probably the asterisk.
Yeah, just grab the first one, Rich. Whatever one works.
Let me do this. I'll tell you what. I'll change it up. I got a 55-second video. Right. Let's see if it comes up.
The rake is. I haven't seen the rake. One that leans tree and kind of weaves between branches. Yeah. Probably fucking ruined it.
That's gone.
Yeah, look at it. Look at this. Look at them all. Magic whirlywinds hate those trees. Doesn't make any sense. You can't sit here and tell me as a human walking the earth you think that this just makes sense. You fucking laugh at me all you want. There's no way this makes sense. I don't even give a shit.
No.
That's the beauty of me.
It is.
Look at this. Look at the clearing. Dude, I wholeheartedly would expect to find bones in here. Look at the cover, right, guys? Look at the tree again, same.
What happened? Oh, there. Oh, is that it? Oh, I thought I had more to it. That was 55 seconds. It seemed like so short. Do you run in the woods like that, Paul?
Do I what?
Do you run into woods that look like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that ran the whole thing.
The rake is. I haven't seen the rake. One that leans up against that tree and kind of weaves between branches.
I don't think it did.
Yeah. Probably fucking. Yeah,
Look at this woods, man.
Look at this. Look at them all. Look at them. Magic whirlywinds hate those trees. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
You can't sit here and tell me as a human walking the earth you think that this is. You fucking laugh. There's no way this makes sense.
Yeah, it ran the whole time.
I don't even give a shit. That's the beauty. Look at this. Look at the clearing. Dude, I wholeheartedly would expect to find bones in here. Look at this place.
Now look at even that little tree right there, right? Look at that little tree. You can see at the very bottom of that little tree, it goes straight up. It's like 5 or 6 inches and it's straight up. Then there's a little crook in it, a little bend in it. You see the bend? You can see it in this picture clearly. It's bent at the bottom. Then it starts to arch and come down and then come back up it, like a swoop or an arch or whatever you want to call it. So this area here was, I couldn't get inside I was on. You had to step into this little facility. And that's why I expected to find bones in there. Maybe I would have if I got inside and moving stuff around. You know what I mean?
Hey, Rich.
Yeah, just what?
Oh, you just hit it. Dang it.
What did I do? What did I do?
I was hoping to keep it where it was. Yeah.
I can move that. Yeah, let's see. Tell me when to stop.
Look at this.
Stop. You see those 2 dock trees up above?
Yeah, the ones going like that? They're splitting off?
Yeah, you see those two other trees that go across? Are they touching that at all?
Oh, I don't know. I got you.
Keep going.
I got you.
All right, just keep going.
Clearing. Dude, I wholeheartedly would expect to find bones in.
Hang on. Oh, shit. You know what? They are. when we go back there tomorrow, we're gonna check. Someone just set my car alarm off. I'm being robbed. My pennies. They gotta find my pennies. Yeah, you're right, dude. That looks like it. Yep, we have pictures.
And it looks like there's a stick that goes across from the top of that, like where the two trees extend to the right. I just zoomed it in.
Yeah, just those two. Paul's here tonight as our guest reviewing our evidence. It's a new type of show that Wojo and I want to have with our in-host shows. Paul and I have talked, and Paul's coming back in January for a full episode because I know you're all very curious and to hear what he has to offer and say. Because when he does talk, it's freaking awesome. I'm like, what? I didn't know. So just like lots of knowledge. So stay tuned for Paul and I. We're going to set a date. He'll be back in January. You guys can ask him all the questions you want. That's exactly why we're doing what we're doing. With Paul's advice on what we're doing and how we're doing it. People that we really, really value churches, and we watch them and see how they do the different things, right? We care and respect and going about their research and then gathering knowledge and data and keeping it. So that's why I like having people, like Paul here. And I already discussed with him that, I want you to come back in January too, but I want you to come now. So yeah, Spocky, all your questions will be answered come January with what Paul does, where he goes, evidence that he has found, adventures with his dog, camping. You're going to hear it all. So stay tuned for that. We'll have a nice thumbnail or a commercial out about Paul and what he does. So in the meantime, you want to go over to, is it Western Ohio? What do I want to say? It's Western, right?
Western Ohio Bigfoot Research. Yeah.
Yeah, go over to that YouTube. It's at 125 subscribers. I want to see those numbers go up tonight. I always want to say West and then stop. It's so weird. It's a human thing, I guess. So yeah, no, that was just a cool little video that I put up. YouTube actually provides you with a 55 site that you can check out. This is the only good one they've ever sent me. I just thought it was kind of because walking through here, you really get a feel for what these woods are like. And I'm going to play it and then stop it. Now, one thing I want to point out, everybody. So when you see all that tree fall, right? You look at the leaf litter. You can see the coloration with the fog. Coloration is like brownish orange on the ground, and it walks right up. It just creeps right up to the gray wall that you see, right? Everybody agree with that? You can see the orange, brown of the leaves and where it ends. All those trees beyond that point, look at them. They're straight up and down, man. There's nothing wrong with those trees. Why did the whirlwind come down and stop and then shoot back up without damaging nothing else? Tell me that. Any scientists here, weathermen? Anybody want to answer that question? Because there's a wall right there of fog. That where did the wind? If it's a downspout or a shear wind, the tops of those trees would be hit. No doubt about it. It just doesn't come down and go straight back up. Not even a tornado. Doesn't happen.
Is there a deer trail going through that area right there?
Deer trails all over this place. And what I believe some of this is, they.
I was just going to say, maybe what you're getting ready to say, that there's a theory that they may do that like as a choke point where they can chase them and then they run into a bunch of stubble like that where they can't run. They're kind of stuck. Gives them a chance to catch them.
Correct. Yeah. And we've said that 1,000 times on our lives. Yeah. Oh, okay. All you got to do is just knock them off their game a little bit, right? No pun intended.
Right.
Right. And walking through here, Andy, wasn't it crazy trying to walk through here?
Oh, yeah. Like the Hoot said, you're not walking through there at night.
No, it's very
stick
difficult.
to the trails.
Yep, it's always changing.
On the edges there, all of those trees are green and, alive. And all of this in here is where it's weird.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Andy, because you have like green area over here, and then it's like dead woods over here.
Right. Yeah, it's like all sections like that.
Yeah, but if you're above it, imagine yourself above it with a drone or a helicopter. You look down, there's just a hole in the forest.
Right.
That's what it is. It's just a hole. So the wind came down and went boom, boom, and then left. But it couldn't have because it's all going in a direction that would have hit those trees.
Right.
See, you see how they have them bent in these directions like that? And like what Paul says, and that's Joe and I have had this talk because then why do they do it then, huh? Why do they do it? And one of my answers to a smart ass would be like, well, they don't have a gaming console out there. They got to do something to occupy themselves. You know what I mean? It kind of looks like fun, does it not? Don't you wish you had the strength to go around messing with shit like that? But yeah, coming through and setting up high hurdles and low hurdles. I find the suspended trees around all the time. They're going through like 5 set trees. They're long. They're up off the ground and there's stumps back here somewhere. You know, that's something that used to be a game trail. 9 out of 10 times, there's old pieces of game trail on where these things are. And they did it to my game trail where I had my camera. I walked out to get my SD card and I got flanked. And I was scared. I didn't come back for like, I don't know, 3 days or whatever it was. I go back out there and the game trail that I walked up to my camera was stacked. I got pictures of it. Fresh broken saplings, little trees, green trees still laying down, crisscross, different, just piled up. And then there was thorns all in them. Like they literally took them all, them in a thing of thorns and then threw it in the middle of the path. Like, don't come here, stupid. You know what I mean? And then I realized that the game trail, when you go like this, you're in the camera. But when you go like this, you're not. You're behind it. So when I came out, I went to the right and it stopped me after I stared at the pile for like 2 minutes going, holy shit. And looking at all the little breaks and stuff at the bottom of these trees that were fresh. I went behind camera and I went, son of a bitch. They set up a pathway or a message. Don't go that way. But it wasn't. It was for them. And that's what, us stupid humans think everything's about us. They're only communicating to their brothers and sisters, don't come over there. There might have been a little message like with the thorns for me, you know what I mean? But ultimately they wanted to change the angle of that path. And I experienced that. That's all experiences. And I documented with a camera, but not with pictures. So it is something I believe that is a possibility. And as you can hear here, we're having a discussion about it. So keep that in mind when you're in the woods. Deer traps, right? Something that is for their life, right? Not just a clan marking to say we're here, which I'm not a big proponent of. I don't believe that's a thing. Me, I mean, anything's possible, right? I'm not a percenter on anything, but it makes sense when you're going for necessity. Then it's more plausible because it's necessity. So this could be a necessity, but they're also teaching the juvenile. The juvenile's teaching the little sibling. So now you've got 3 of them breaking these trees. Whereas to when I used to go out there, it would be one area. Well, now there's 3 of them because, they had sex and made a baby. And then, had sex again and made another baby. And that's the thing, right? And then here you go. Oh, and by the way, we know that, not because we caught them on camera, because you just can't catch them on camera. Never mind doing that. We go by the size of the prints. Go by the size, 14.7, 12.6, 8.3, which apparently could be 8 with what Paul said. So there's a family. You know what I mean? Thank you, everybody. Yep. Let's see, Sam. All of these hearts I'm hitting going to you or Richie or both. I think both. I don't know I don't know how that works. You don't want to give me any hearts. I don't need any. I'm miserable. Just leave me there. Just leave me there, damn it. All right, let's go from that. Oh, that's so cute. Let's see. Images stuff, but I just don't know what's what, to be honest with you. Let's just click because they don't let you blow up the Google Drive to where I could see the. I probably could if I brought it up like this, and then went like this, and then I could gauge which is which here before I brought it up. There you go. Oh, we'll do that. Yeah, that's a nice one. This guy right here. Remember this one, Andy? You remember this?
Oh yeah.
Look at that thing. Thing's crazy. That's crazy. We used to have the 40-foot X on the property, and this one here, the things that catch me about the it's where they meet. You know what I mean? Not only where they're laying, because that matters. Because if a 300, 400-pound tree's falling with velocity, it's going to break the branches it's hitting, right? And these ones don't. They don't break the little twigs that they're leaning on. But other than that, you come down to the point to where they meet. It's symmetrical. You know what I mean? Like they meet perfect. A lot of them I see, like the big ones especially, just really seem to be tight, right in the middle. A lot of X's in your ear.
I've found a few, not very many, but a few. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what this one is.
But like you said, they're right at that halfway point usually.
Yeah, this one seems a little higher, but where it meets, it's so neat. You know what I mean? It's nicely, it's neat. It looks pleasant to me.
Yeah, nature's not naturally symmetrical.
Correct, and they don't do a lot of, by the way, just so everybody knows. Not many 90s and old. Yeah, this thing was kind of weird. This is one of the things that we find a lot of, especially in the laurels, where they kind of the key point to this. Wojo, what's the key point to this one? Do you know? See it better.
Hold on, I'm going to zoom in, Rich. Give me a second. Yeah, it looks like the letter A or a triangle.
Right, but it's the overall that got me. It's the overall of what I'm looking at, not just one specific point.
Yeah, that same you're talking about the two sticks that go with the that it's broken at the midpoint. Yeah, it looks like the dream catcher, like how it's snapped in the middle.
All right, to me it looks like something for cover. Because if you look at all the old for me standing, I should have got you on another question. But you look at all the little sticks, right? See all
I can see it. Yeah, yep, I see it now. Yeah.
Yeah, imagine when they're fresh and leaves. Imagine that fresh and full of leaves. You can't see it, and there's a hole on the other side. That triangle that you spoke of is a way. You go to the other side, you go lay right in there. Boom.
Mm.
So it's actually than what you're looking at, because you're looking at it in the winter where it's all leaves. But if you have leaves and you go to the side, you can look in there. Isn't that crazy? Hey, that place has changed immensely.
Yeah, I think there's a few spots that were showing similar things like this around the woods that you were showing me. I was really intrigued. There's a lot going on there because it's been 9 months since we've been in there.
Right. Yeah. Let me do this. All right. Let's see this. I got to remove that. That's what I got to do. Right. No, I thought I saw something. Huh. I don't see it. Something just beeped on my. Try that again. Let's see. Go back to where we were now. We got a little bit of time left. Let's check it out. Which one's this? That one I don't know. I can't see it on this picture, but I'm going to go to another one. I want image later in the game, right, Andy? I think it's down here somewhere. Let's put this one up. Yeah, that was a good one too. That was a good X. We got a lot of X's, really. A lot of chaos. Let's see.
Almost looks like a gate. Looks like one of those barn gates.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, you're right. It kind of does. I don't see you. Yeah. Yeah. So this area here is kind of locked off. You know what I mean? Like I got to walk all the way around it. This whole area right there, right, Andy, it was kind of jammed up really good.
Yeah.
You couldn't get through. You couldn't get through there. You know what I mean? Let's see. All right, let me check. Yeah, That's the only thing is if I go in here. All right, sorry guys, I'm just trying to pull up this folder so it's a little bit smoother for you. Oh, and the other thing is too, to D Hoot's wishes, just so you know, D Hoot, I went into Fourth Wall and I marked down a bunch of stuff in my store. If you banter with Richie B .com and go in there, you'll see all the merchant like hoodies like $5 and sweatshirts like $5, like a lot of different things. Posters are way down. Up a lot of that profit margin, so we didn't have to deal with anything in between. So you guys can go in there and get yourselves some nice gifts for Christmas. I'll leave it right up in there till the new year, and then they'll go back to regular price. So keep that in mind. Also, I cannot find.
While you're doing that, Rich, Ron, I can say about a microburst is that when you have warm and cold air, that that clash, and the microburst, what it does is forced air that comes down, and then it just scatters everywhere. So these type of structures will be like in splinters. You won't find large pieces of trees, just like a perfect X like that. Everything would be splintered everywhere. And as for a tornado, same thing, but you'll see trees, wrapped around other trees, splintered and what have you. And the key too is the knots of the trees would be like when you see certain trees that are like up or broken off or whatever, and they connect with the other trees. I mean, they would be like those knots would be like shattered. With again, it's like a little bit of physics. Like you have velocity and distance, and when they clash, things will just break. So these are like perfectly placed stuff. So I did talk to my friend Clayton down from the University of Georgia, who does the forestry and does like excuse me, that I do show pictures to him of all these pictures, and he's like, Wojo, I just never seen anything like it in my life. He goes, and he was kind of describing the same thing. Things would just splinter everywhere.
Right.
And that's something that 40-foot X's.
Yeah, and that's something we always said. And having a guy like him in the background that we can just reach out to, that's what he does for a living. He looks at them all the time. He looks at trees all the time. You know what I mean? So it's important not to have an ego while you're doing this. It's not about what you found. You know what I mean? It's about what we all kind of find and put together. I only see one picture in here, Andy, of that, which is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away of that TP. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Yeah, no, I think it's a good point at that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be this one, wouldn't it? Oh, would it? Yeah. So this is from a distance. We have other angles of this. So you see these big trees right here, Paul?
Mm-hmm. Are all these behind your house? Same area?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, same area. Yeah, pretty wild. Yeah, so it's right behind my house, and there's a path, like I said, that goes about it. Yeah, this one here we walked up on. I was like mesmerized because when you get to the other side, these things are so huge. Up, and it's three of them. One, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, way far away from each other, trunk wise, way far away. And I work with ladders all the time, so like when I don't want to extend my roof or whatever it is, my ladder, I don't want to bring it back down. I drop it on another roof, but I have to be able to lift it up. So other ladder to lift it up to lay it on the roof because it's so heavy up top to do that. And that's the same type of thing because you see the angle from the tree to the ground, it's like 15 feet. So there's no way as a human, you'd be way down, look to the left of that one on the left, way down bottom there trying to stand that up. And it's just not going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Wojo, when you come in and you're I just want to know real quick for restream purposes. When you come in and you have a it says, do you want to go in without a mic? What do you say? Does it ask you that question for Restream? No.
I'm sorry. What was the question, Rich? Because it was kind of
when you click in to come in, ask you if you want to come in without a microphone, and it gives you the option.
It asks you to like allow and stuff. Yeah.
It asks you to allow. Yeah. All right. Just curious. All right. Here we go. Now here's one that's wild, and that's the one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah. So this system here, what I'll end up doing is I have to label everything in a sense, right? Guy right here. Look at this thing. What's that look like?
Kind of like an asterisk.
Correct. Yep.
It's a nice one.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. Yeah, it's wild, man. Let's see. No, I want to do that. And then I want to go over here to go here. All right. And this thing isn't moving. Yeah, see, that's why it's not moving. This thing is acting crazy tonight, dude. Like it won't even shut on the screen. That's just messing everything up. Yeah, isn't that wild, dude? And it's funny because we have another big one that we have a picture of in the other place, you know. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So here, let me let's do this. What time we got? 7:40. Well, I got someone else that believes in Bigfoot, and oh man, what is going on? And it's actually Santa Claus.
Merry Christmas, everybody. How's it going?
What's up, Santa? Good to see you, Santa. How you doing,
Santa?
bud?
I'm doing all right, getting ready for the season.
That's awesome, dude.
Awesome.
And now, can you tell me something, Santa? Because you know a lot of things. Is Bigfoot real?
Absolutely is real.
Really?
Absolutely.
You know him?
I know him pretty well.
No. All right. What is he? All right. If you know him so well, what does he want for Christmas? And don't say blow up doll, Santa. That would be wrong.
He's looking for an electric razor.
Oh, all right. She got to show her kids. Hang on a minute. We got to be. She got to show her kids. Hang on. Hey, Kurt says, "Welcome to the show, Santa."
Hey, thank you, Kurt.
Do you know if Kurt's been good or bad this year?
Well, I don't know. He's been badly good, I guess.
Yeah, it's like he knows Kurt. Actually, that's pretty good.
You know, there is the naughty list, and then there's the naughty list.
Yeah. Sam, did you bring your kids over, Sam? Just so we know, because you know this show is rated not for kids. Just
Santa.
Santa. All right, Santa, say hello to my friend's son, Liam. Which you know,
Liam, how we doing today, bud?
Yeah.
I hope you've been good this year.
What Liam wants for Christmas? Oh, Liam's.
I don't. He's going to have to message me.
Right, Sam? Yeah.
You know, I have such a big list to go over. I got to go over it twice, you know?
At least.
Oh, yeah. At the very least.
Merry Christmas, Liam.
Merry Christmas, Liam. That's right. You better make sure you're good.
You better make sure. What about Andy over here? Andy, you look like you're related.
Wow. Yeah, look at that, huh?
Yeah, is the North Pole an actual
You're getting
island?
there.
A little,
Yeah, getting there. He says
a little on the white side.
And this is Paul. Paul's
I may need a backup at some point.
Yeah,
I'm the old guy of our group.
Yeah, he is. He said.
Well, I'm only 600 years old.
Dude says Santa has a Massachusetts accent. Who knew?
Who said that?
The one from Texas.
wherever he wants. You know what I mean? He knows many languages as well.
That's right.
Yeah, and Liam said bring him a present. Oh, well, good. I'm glad
That's right.
Liam enjoyed that. And we know that Whispers of the Ouija board here has definitely been naughty. So make sure you bring him, because that would still be a gift to him. You know what I mean? You got to bring him something sinister. You know what I mean? Like Paul, for instance. Look at Paul up there. Guy could give a shit.
How about if I ask Mr. Foot if I can get a lock of his hair? How about that?
Oh, I would like that. Yes. No. Screw everybody. Me, Santa, me. I'm over here. Well, thank you, Santa. I think that's amazing. And let's see. Anybody else got anything for Santa Claus? Any requests for Santa Claus? Oh, Santa, by the way, thank you for the Bigfoot with the Santa Claus hat. Thank you. That was from last year, right? Thank you.
Yo, you're welcome.
Did Santa just
I knew you'd like that.
Gee, Santa, what do I get?
What do you want? I know Richie's been dying to sit on my lap.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you were going to come by and visit in a couple of weeks, so he wants kid of Red Bull. Yeah, you got
cases of Red Bull, huh? Wow.
Yeah, loves Red Bull, man. That guy.
Simmer down over there.
All right, sorry. I'll stop, man.
No.
Well, that's good, Sandy. No?
Wojo with the Red Bull. He wants a whole case. You better simmer down. You're going to be bouncing off the walls.
No, that's me and not Wojo. Wojo would fall. No, Wojo, we might Red Bull here, buddy.
I'd be slapping your reindeer, that's for sure.
Well, yeah,
hey,
no
now.
doubt about it.
They might like that. Giddy up.
We know Blitzen would love it.
And Richie, you need to stay away from the reindeer.
No,
I saw what you did to that turkey.
Ain't nobody saw shit.
Santa in the storm.
Thank you, Santa. Sandy, come back, say goodnight to everybody real fast. Remember, I got the power. Say goodnight, Santa.
Good night, Santa. Nice to see me again.
Oh, no, we'll take it easy.
Merry.
Get rid of them. Oh, that's all. Well, there you go, everybody. Bigfoot is real. Santa just told you that. Paul looks way enthused. What was your favorite Christmas present you ever got, Paul? As a kid, what was it?
Oh, I don't. It was called Coolie Spoolie.
Coolie Spoolie?
Coolie Spoolie?
Yeah.
Well,
There wasn't much back when I was a kid. It was shaped like an hourglass, and it had two sticks with a string, and you get it spinning, and it would make a cool sound.
Yeah. Real boring. Sorry.
You got to remember when I was a kid, we had
no you're so chill.
That vibrate.
Oh yeah, that was mine. I love that.
Yeah. No, yeah. Surprise, everybody! I had Santa come out, and he loves you, and that Bigfoot is real. So that was a lot of fun, anyways. And we had to be nice for a minute. Yeah, he said thank you. Yeah, that was awesome.
What about you, Andy?
Tells me Richie just naughty. Yeah, Andy, what did you? Yeah, back when what did you get? 2 sticks to rub together to make fire for Christmas?
No, we actually had a big wheel come out back then.
Really? Were you able to?
World of Weird?
No. He said he had the big wheel come out. Were you able to actually ride in it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
I wasn't always this big.
Well,
I wasn't always big,
that.
Andy.
Yeah.
I had an iPhone when I was a kid.
Yeah. What do you mean?
It was this little phone, and you pulled it. It was on wheels, and you pulled it on a string, and its eyes would move around.
I remember those.
He had an iPhone -100 Pro Max, of course. Yeah. No, that's amazing. Well, I hope you guys. What mine? My Christmases were weird. My parents were separated, divorced, whatever it was.
But my father always came back to bring the biggest tree from the side of the highway that he could find. We were pretty poor. And we had one year, we had this tree. It had to go through the bulkhead with like 3 neighbors. And then it had to come up the cellar stairs with a come along, like this, to get it up the stairs. And then he stood it up and it took up the whole living room. Right. So the front door was gone. You couldn't use that. Right. And when you wanted to get your presents, you had to go, you know what I mean? In the military, you're crawling on the gunfire, and you could get the present by the stump, or if you were watering the tree, right? If you were watering the tree, that's what you had to, you have this cup or whatever, and you're going like this all the way to the middle. These things were huge. They were a great memory to have, very strange to talk about, as you can see now. But it was interesting because I think one year we got bikes, right? We got these bikes one time, and one was a Huffy, right? For my brother, had the old flat, motorcycle looking seat with the silly bar on the back. And I had one, a Desperado. Well, his had these knobby tires that looked like a motorcycle. Mine was smooth like an Enduro, right? My seat was a banana seat, and it had a desert picture on the banana seat, right? I mean, imagine that, right? A desert picture on the banana seat. We were racing across the street from our house on the bog. We grew up on cranberry bogs, basically, and they're all dirt. And we were arguing whose was made for dirt. And I learned within 5 minutes of that ride, we were standing up pedaling like the mine's made for dirt. His was actually made up in the cranberry bog. Because I had smooth seat. No one's ever won a race with smooth tires in a banana seat. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. Christmases were a big event. Eaterville Railroad was huge. And so we had some things, you know what I mean? But that was short-lived. Father sucked. Glad you brought it up. Thanks, Wojo. He pulled a clock. Yeah, he did. He pulled a clock.
Ask a question like that again.
Well, one year I had a place you stayed with me when I had my place down in South Plymouth. I had a 68 Camaro with a 2-speed power glide, and I drove down and I bought the last tree, and it was always the biggest tree. And I was a bachelor or whatever, and I had cathedral sailing, so I wanted the biggest tree I could get, stand up, So I grabbed it, I strapped it to my Camaro. I only had to drive like 2 miles home, but the thing was so big, every time I hit a bump, both sides would touch the ground. The trunk and the hood side. Whoa, gotta go. Yeah, that was fun getting that to stand up in our house too. So, no, that was a lot of fun. Christmas is a good time either way, and a little bit more and love a little differently when it comes to Christmas. If that's what you're getting out of it, then yeah, that's good because it stays with you, right? Back to a couple of pictures. We got to get out of here in like 5 minutes, but Paul's here now. We don't want him to nod off. That one I didn't want. I don't know why that came up. We don't want Paul falling asleep on us. He's probably, Paul, you ever been on a podcast this long? You're like, oh my God, this guy sucks.
The last one I did, it's 3 hours.
Oh God, yeah. I couldn't do 3 hours. So here's another area. I don't think this is the same area, actually. This is different. Look at the trees. They're just laid down perfectly. It looks like a cone. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Simple Simon. Oh, Simple Simon was a good, the 4 colors, Simple Simon. We all know Simple Simon. And made the same noise and colors every time. And you have to remember what it was. Yeah, same as a video across the room. But yeah, these are things in the same area, Paul. These are all in the same area behind my property. It's just a wild randomly clicking like this stuff. You know what I mean? Like that being a choke point, right? Rides up because the deer building momentum. Now going to jump high when he gets to that point. And these are the types of things we discuss is these choke points. What are structures for? Well, we're starting to find. I think we're up to 4 of those right now, right, Woj? Between the 2 areas.
Yeah.
Is it about 4?
Yeah, well, one thing I've heard that, like deer, for example, the way those sticks were leaning, that they don't have a depth perspective, so they would be hesitant to jump over that first one because they can't really determine how far that next one is. So that would like stop them, make
Interesting.
them hesitate.
See, this is it. This is why I love doing podcasts with people like Thinker. Wants to know more something out, and then there's another door that he has to find out more about. That's just the way it is, right? Isn't that the way it is? And people call it a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I do not call it a rabbit hole. I mean, I say, but it's actually like a rabbit, like set of spiral stairs. I go down, I find a few things, I take a seat on that step for a while. I look around for a while, I get back up, I go down another couple sets of steps, and then I look around and look, and I learn everything I can about those 2 or 3 steps that I just took. And I do it over and over again sometimes. You know what I mean? So for me, it's a big deal. You know what I mean? In 1989, I was in the military. I was in the Army. And Jessica and my beautiful bride to be was being born. That's the facts. It's like 18 years older. 1989. That was a fun year. We'll hit the road, but I got some Fortnite to play too. Oh, is that print when we walked up on it, Andy?
I think so.
It is.
Scaniverse, the first one.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
Yeah, you can see how it goes up, but there's more water in there. I don't know if that. Imagine if we had another one in there. Jesus, that place was crazy, right, Andy? For not being there for a long time, thinking that, right? I mean, it was kind of nuts. I got to be honest with you guys.
A lot to see in one day.
I wanted to keep going. If I didn't have a family matter to handle, I probably would have stuck around until dark and got yelled at by him in the woods. I can't see what that is from there. Crazy. I just wanted to keep walking. And Wojo, and here's the breaking news. Wojo and I, Wojo, you want to start here tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
I mean, catch it in the daylight. We're going to be in the daylight anyways, but eggnog. Yeah, I got eggnog up in the fridge, man. I love eggnog. But yeah, so here's the breaking news. We will be on YouTube Live coming right from this location where you saw these prints, Scaniverse, and all these structures that you see here. We will be back in that location, the property that abuts my property. Wojo and I tomorrow morning. I believe we're doing a 10 a.m. live. A live investigation right from there. Now, wait, there's more. Right, Wojo?
Yeah. There's more.
What?
Well, we're also going to do go back to the gifting chair also.
Correct.
So we're going to go to both areas.
Yep. You will see 2 thumbnails up, 2 events set up in the YouTube. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., we will be in this location for a couple of hours. We're going to take about a maybe 45-minute break, grab a bite to eat or whatever, and then we're going to shoot right over to the other location, and we're going to click live again and go check on the gifting chair. So we have a 2-part event tomorrow that you don't want to miss. And Wojo is so excited about it. Yeah, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. I'm going to put up the YouTube Live event right when I get off of this. And there'll be 2 of them in there. I'm going to set the times, guys. But you know how things get sometimes. So if I set the second one at a time and I'm late, I'll move it and everybody just relax. You know what I mean? But you definitely want to be there. And Paul, if you get any time even to sit in one of those 15, 20 minutes, I'd love to get your take on, the different techniques and the different things we do and, stuff like that. I think it's beneficial. Like when I was watching yours, and I try to comment on it, besides your van. But I try to comment on things or, say, hey, or sometimes I'll just reach out in Messenger if the crowd's kind of shitty. I don't know how it is over there totally, but I was on a different site today. And the gentleman that owns the site, it's a group page. I hate group pages. No offense. But he's put something up that looked like a nest, at least to him. I didn't agree that that's what it was, but I wasn't standing in front of it. It could have had more detail while I was standing there, correct? So about 4 or 5 people come in just tearing him up. And he's a pretty big name. He's not a little guy. He's not a little name. One guy's like, oh, you think this is a nest that Bigfoot made? And then he did the clown emoji and the laughy crazy face emoji. And I'm like, first of all, what are you even doing in a Bigfoot group if that's how you're going to act towards somebody that sees something differently than you? You know what I mean? I hate this. So sometimes my point is when I see that, I kind of go introvert because that's what my therapist told me to do. Don't do what Richie would normally do. You know what I mean? I've learned, and I have other people that now, especially with the podcast network coming up, that I got to be careful how I handle things. You know what I mean?
Well, like that one video you pointed out, that wood knock, I didn't hear it until you pointed it out. I didn't
Right.
notice it.
Yeah, no, but that's why you discuss, right? That's why. Well, we'll miss you,
Right.
D. Who have a safe trip to Fort Worth. We will miss you on there big time. So I need somebody else with a quick Texas trigger finger, please. Step right up. All right. I think that will be the first BOTG. Yep, I think it is too, and I'm sorry about that. And not everything is planned, and sometimes you got to go with the flow when you got a family like mine and a life like mine. But yeah, no, you're right, and that's the communication part, right? So, but getting that input from guys like yourself, guys like Ernie, like Wojo will reach out to Ernie about messaging and how we're communicating with them and the things we're leaving behind for them, and what we take, and Elder Medicine Bear Claw will come on, and she can kind of tune in with them and kind of tell us what direction they are even, and then also we hear something in that direction. Oh, we already heard it, and she said, whatever it might be, it's like timed perfectly. So we have a kick-ass team, and we kind of put our ego away. You know what I mean? And are you on your YouTube channel or Facebook?
I don't do any live.
Oh, you were recording that time. I'm sorry. Yeah, and then you uploaded.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the lives are cool because you develop friends like this you see on the right over here that know the land from their screen. Not necessarily like us, but they can recognize places that we go. And structures that we've seen, and we've seen, and recordings that we have of stuff like that. So things like that, it's kind of important, you know what I mean, to have them as a team and an extra set of eyes. You know what I mean? It's absolutely insane because a lot of the insight they give, they're just a virtual researcher basically that you can turn to for different things. It just makes a great team, right, Woj?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, sometimes they'll point out something you walked right by and didn't notice. They'll see something.
Well, yeah, a lot of times, right?
Because I mean, the times like what you just said, Paul. I mean, it was a long weekend when we were going up the mountain, and certain things that you pointed out, which is like really cool, like certain type of nests that were built, and I'm like, what is that? And they're like, oh, it's a nest, and like I said, just sometimes like it's always good to be with other people that are more well, we were exhausted, but you were like very in tune to what was going on, and in that area didn't have many structures, but there were certain like things that you can kind of see, like there is some sort of activity that that you find strange. But I remember I pointed out a few things, and thank God that you were like, no, that's actually something else and whatever, because not everything is Bigfoot. We all know that. And so that's why we ask the questions and have these discussions. So,
yeah,
right, Andy?
Together.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Then we get the mirror. We gotta get
boy.
Yeah, it's the time of the night that you got to get the mirror out and check on Andy. Right.
Yeah, I was going to mention. You reminded me earlier. You're talking about your trail cam.
Okay. Yep.
I heard this story. This woman, she found these sticks out in her yard. They were like in a line going out.
Oh.
And she thought that's weird. They're all in a line like that. Well, she picked them up. Didn't think much about it. A couple weeks later, they showed up again. Well, she finally figured out. She was out there at night. They have a motion light, and those sticks were right where the line was. If you step past those sticks, it would trigger that light.
See, we've done things like this. We've had these types of discussions, Wojo. I just said it the other day. Was it with you, Andy? I don't know. There was something that I said. It's kind of like the camera, like I was saying, the camera that make you go around, like what you brought up. But there was something else, and I'm going to check it out tomorrow. I bet you it'll trigger my head where I'll go, I remember that now, where you could see different structures have that type of meaning. Thank you, Kurt, for that. I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge that. I appreciate it, man. We all appreciate it. Thank you so much. It helps everybody, right? Because without that, we don't have all of this. we can't hang out because I broke looking for Bigfoot. If I see Bigfoot, I'll be out there with a change jar in the woods. Bigfoot. You know what I mean? Hoping he kills me. But yeah, that's wild, man. That people are picking up on that stuff. You know what I mean? That's just crazy. You know, that's the type of things that we want. You know.
Well, you should
Watching what? Oh, watching live on video. Go ahead. No, I'm sorry, Paul. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say you should check out a channel. It's called Study Sasquatch, and they have these guys. They're in the upper Northwest, Pacific Northwest. They made this thing they call it a TRU. It's TRU, thermal recording unit, and it's a thermal camera, and he puts it in a metal ammo box. And because it's in that metal ammo box, it doesn't put out any kind of EMF. And what he does is he hides them like in a down tree. He'll carve out a spot in the tree and put it in there. So it's in its natural environment. There's nothing new. He'll cover it up inside that log and just have the lens is the only thing you can see. He'll put moss over it or something. And this thing will trigger way farther than a trail cam will. It goes just off of heat differentiation. If it notices a difference in temperature, it triggers it to start recording.
Yeah.
And he's got video of like a bear way off in the woods going along. And your trail cam would never trigger if that bear was that far away, but this thing is triggering it. And they're going to start selling them. So I was going to tell you, you might want to look into trying to get one eventually.
Yeah, right. Now, how long have they had it?
Look up the channel is called Study Sasquatch, and the video is called Sasquatch Surveillance. Look that up.
All right, I'll check that out because I'm curious to know how long they had it out there and what kind of results they've gotten from it. You know what I mean? That's
really
wild, man.
Really good results. You'll see the video. Yeah.
Oh, I'll definitely check it out. Absolutely, be all over that stuff. No, that's awesome, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate all your advice and all your heads up. And we're going to work out a date for January to come back on a Saturday. You good with that? All right, because we would love just to have a 2-hour show just talking about your adventures and things that you've learned and the knowledge that you've already shared here with us. And we had people asking questions, and I had to shut them off because I want to save it. I want to save it for that night. I really do. And I think it's important for the research, and it's important for the research to share and communicate with each other and have different researchers come into our studio, look at our stuff. And I wish more people would do it. I would, for me, I'm just saying for me, where I could look at all their evidence and kind of give my advice to that, you know, have a little round table on just their evidence. And then Wojo and I could sit there and yourself or whatever, be like, oh, I have that in my area, or this is what it looks like in my area. That's very close to what I have. Or why do you have an asterisk? You're an asterisk in Massachusetts. You know what I mean? So, you know, those things I think are very vital because that's a collection of data, just the communication in itself. You know what I mean? It's a big time
thing. Everybody heads together. Get our heads together and look at something, and everybody, you know, because somebody might see something a little different that you never noticed about it, or they've seen something similar. They could give input on that.
You know, it's all working together. That's what it is. It's working together.
One thing I would suggest to you, because I think you got a great idea going here, and it's something I always wanted to do, was to have like a researchers roundtable where you have people just kind of go over to help people that are just getting started what to look for and give them some ideas.
Yeah, and different techniques. And I've had some great talks with you know some rookies that would say something. I'd be like, oh shit, I didn't even think of that. I'll try that. You know what I mean? So it could come back to you tenfold. You know, it's humans and getting to know what they're thinking and where that thought's coming from. Why are you thinking like that? What made you say that? Or, you know, why would you think that way? You know, that's very, very vital and important to any type of data collection. So, yeah, it's important. And I definitely want to have our in-house shows more like this. Not just Wojo and I, which is fine. We have a great time about it. But to get that outside source in here and have those few things that you said tonight, dude, there's 3 of them that are sticking out in my head. You know what I mean? Or the discussion about the universe, right? Like all that stuff sticks out. Hey, yeah. Oh, wait, you know a lady that had that happen? Or, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'll check out that website. Boom. We just learned 3 new things as researchers, seasoned researchers, that 1, we're going to watch for, and 2, we're going to try. You know what I mean? So it's important, dude. Everybody, it's important. Right, Andy?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Toilet, Andy?
No.
Andy's broad. That's right, Jim. This is Andy live from the toilet. Back to you, Wojo. What the hell?
Yeah. So D-Who, just to have you know, watching Andy and Richie, it was awesome. It was awesome to visualize like the parts of the woods that they're in and seeing a big difference of the last time I've been in there, that everything seems more flat, like the more structures. I mean, the woods is different. And not only that, hearing the sounds, I heard a howl in one of them, and so did Alpha Joe, and also the strange sound that Richie and Andy heard right by the bench area.
Bro, I don't
that
even,
was weird.
dude. I have no idea what happened there, dude. It was a loud. It would sound like if you watch it. Yeah, if you're watching sci-fi movie and they aimed a laser at you and they were in like the 80s or something. You know what I mean? And it was like, you know what I mean? It was like coming, but it came through the woods.
Yep.
Right? It came through the woods, right? It hit us. It was like, woo, like just.
That's, right after that, I said, "Oh, we got grays around here."
The thing that caught me was Richie's reaction, because he had the camera to himself, and then he changed it, and then he can hear him go, "What the hell was that?"
Yeah,
and I must have kept going back to it 5-6 times. It was like it just,
and it lasted a while too. It wasn't a short thing. It was,
no. Yeah, it felt like it was coming, but it felt like, but that's what I mean. When I say it felt like it was coming towards us. It was like it got louder as it came, type of, you know what I mean? But yet it was like it was stationary. It felt like it was projected right at us, did it not?
Right. Yes, it did.
Because it came from nothing. You got the sand pit over there. You got the houses up, beyond that way. We're a mile away from the houses, but they're that way. And then you have the other side of the river. And then where it came from was, say, the sand pits over here, right? It was like diagonal left, but almost from the river.
Yeah.
It was almost like maybe diagonally across the river, but there's nothing over there. We've been there how many times? And, I own that house since 2002 and been there plenty of times in my life and have never, ever, ever sitting in my yard, whatever, day, nighttime, campfire, friends, cookouts, ever getting ready for work early in the morning out back, because that's where I stage my work, ever heard that noise before. Not once. Nothing. Not even a blip.
I don't know. All right, so we heard that whistle in those woods before.
Yeah.
It's drawn out one, it's just like one tone. This had multiple tones. It had multiple tones, and at the end, it
Yep, it was wild.
It started, and then it started going higher, leveled off, and then I was like, "What the heck was that?"
You could almost feel it too.
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
And you can hear it loud and clear on the replay of that live. You can hear it. It was not guttural. It was not voice or human or anything like that. It was old type digital, like lightsabery fucking Star Trek sound. It was not.
Yeah.
It wasn't a horn. It wasn't like, dinner bell. It wasn't any of that shit. I just never heard it before. I don't even know what to say. 54-year-old
man. So Paul, if you watch Richie and Andy's live, they were sitting down at a bench. Okay, it's the only time they sat down was at this bench, but it's like literally like less than 5 minutes after they get up and Richie started walking, and then he switched. All of a sudden, and then like you can hear it clear as day. You're like, what the heck is that?
Yep. Well, I found it like
I want to say I'm sorry to cut in front of you. It's just at the very end of the video, back it up at least like 15, 20 minutes, and then that's where you catch Richie and
Are you using iPhone or?
Yep.
Using iPhone or Samsung?
I would never be caught with a Samsung. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, the reason I'm asking, I have an iPhone, and I've noticed.
Of course you do. You're a very, very brilliant man. That makes sense. Go ahead.
The microphone is really good. It picks up surprisingly well. So I'm sure it probably picked it up pretty good.
It did just on it. I have an Omni mic that goes on it, but unfortunately, I decided to live like a caveman and rip it off. So
yeah, that phone needed help, so it needed an Omni microphone. See, Samsungs don't need one.
But you're not streaming live. You're not streaming live. It's totally different. Be quiet. You basically have a microphone magnetized to your jacket. I'm running streamed live with people. It gets filtered. You got the Omni microphone. It's true. It's true. What do you know, Paul? Paul, what do you think? You're a smart man that owns an iPhone, Andy. Well, actually,
you use an external mic on yours?
Hey, Paul. Go ahead. Good man, Paul.
Are you using an external mic on yours, or?
I just added one. I just added a superpowered Omni microphone to it that gets everything. It's not noise canceling. It picks up. You can hear a mosquito fire.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. One.
Yeah.
Mosquito fire.
The Texas mosquitoes, the real big ones. I've heard them fart before.
He goes, yeah, I got an iPhone. Of course I've heard a mosquito fart. Oh, that's enough of that. Everybody go to the merch. I just went in there. I'm calling it a D-Hoop sale in the merch store because if I didn't mark anything down, she's going to wake up to her at my house is beating me with a baseball bat. So I went in there and physically marked everything down. All the codes and crap like that are going to go away. It's just all physically marked down by me. Go into the merch store right now for Christmas like Wojo did and buy some presents, man. Get something unique. There's tons of unique stuff in there. There's posters and coffee mugs, which is not unique, but ours are. They kick ass. Anyways, beanies are kick ass. There's tote bags. We sent Sam one. Jess has one. And those things are cool as hell with our logo on it. Just a lot of good stuff in there. Go in there and check it out. Patches, stickers. You got $7-8. You can buy something for $7 or $8. You don't need to have $50. As a matter of fact, all T-shirts went from $25 to $20 a piece, $5 off, and all the hoodies went from $45 to $40. Now's the time because come New Year's, I ain't gonna be biting my fingernails anymore. I'm turning that note back up. I did it for Christmas. I did it for you guys. Get in there and buy a loved one a gift. All right. That's right, Jim. You got to buy now. You got to go on a hut.com. Buy yourself a hoodie today. How's that good? No, so go check it out. I want to thank everybody for being here. Paul, thank you for being here. Next time when you come in here, as you can see, we're a very quiet, quaint podcast. If you could just keep your big mouth down, that would be great. All right.
Yeah.
and having you and Andy on, woo, I got to rethink that. I love you guys. I love the community that we're building and the friendships that we're building, and it's very important for the research. And it's good to live just a good life. Being here, thank you everybody on the side. I appreciate you guys. Paul, stick around for a minute. I got something I want you to hear.
Okay.
Before you go anywhere, and you all know what that is.
I will say one more thing real quick. You was talking earlier.
Anything you want.
My dad always gave my older brother, a comic book and an orange every year. Because that's what he got when he was a kid. Grew up poor. So he always got that for my brother as a reminder. But he always gave him something else too. But I thought that was kind of a nice tradition just to remind him.
Yeah. So what you're saying for Christmas, your father will remind you basically, and your brother, or whatever, where you came from. Here's your comic book, and here's your orange. And and a lot of kids don't even get that.
Yeah.
So be grateful for what you're getting. Absolutely.
I mean,
And we get
he got something else besides that, but he always gave him that as a reminder. I thought that was
yeah,
pretty good.
I think that's awesome, man. Awesome. So, everybody out there, a lot of people on this show, a few people on this show have been through some heavy stuff. You know what I mean? You guys help us through that. You guys are therapeutic, as crazy as you are, and drive me nuts sometimes. That and Christmas is coming, so make sure you help others with that as well. Just keep being yourselves, enjoying yourself. Don't be, research kindly, right? That's what we do. So get over to Western Ohio Bigfoot Research, please, and subscribe to Paul. Hopefully his numbers went up even tonight, so make sure that happens. In the meantime, I want to thank my boy Andy, of course. Andy, always good to get out with you, my man. Always good to have you sit on the toilet on my show. Always good to have you as my co-host. Check out the Banter with Richie B podcast network coming December 16th, Tuesday night, 7 to 8 p.m. You're going to see our man Wojo right there on his own podcast, and I'm going to be his co-host. We're flipping the script on you. Wednesday night, you're going to see the Phantom Navigator, with Amanda Lombardo. That is 8 to 9. That is overseas. That is in Japan, man. All kinds of great international folklore and stuff like that, which Damien could be a great big part of, by the way. And then on Friday nights, the baddest cornbread mofo you ever will meet is Sam from Sam's Pretty Paranormal Podcast, Friday night at 9 p.m. She's going to be cooking for the dead. She's going to be putting makeup on, telling scary stories. And I heard she might even have some pretty amazing guests. I'm not available. I'm booked until next year, but other amazing guests. So make sure you check it out. Notifications right here. Like and subscribe to their channels, wherever they may be. You're going to get all those links coming at you during their shows. And we're going to be kicking it off on the 16th with nobody other than the Wojo, who has absolutely earned that spot. So very happy to hand over that Tuesday night, brother. Let's go get it. It's going to be fun, right? And in the meantime, follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and, of course, YouTube. Like, subscribe, and notify. And I just want to say, I love you, baby Jack. I love you, mama. And all around, young lady, keep those ladybugs coming. Get over to Ella's Army, Prayers for Ella. Go over to that Facebook page and donate any way they ask you to. Let's get that stuff built up and get it done, right? Wojo, get us out of here because that's what you do.
Hey, thank you for all being on here. And remember, we are home of the boom. Let's go.
Boom.
See you next time.
Paul, you're the only one that didn't do a boom. If you could just. Oh,